What's up everyone, SnoopLoop7 here with another perk breakdown video where I'm going to be showing you how the perk steady aim works. So what you'll be seeing is just about every gun with and without steady aim. First you'll see the gun with steady aim shot at the right side of the wall, and then I'll show the gun without steady aim shooting to the left of it, so you can see the difference made by using steady aim. And like I said, I showed just about every gun. The only ones I don't show are the shotguns and the snipers. I'm going to show those in another video because there's some different things to show with those. But you can see I start off with the assault rifles. And now if you're new to Call of Duty or you just weren't sure, what steady aim does is it increases your hip fire accuracy. Because when you shoot from the hip, you have those 4 little gray reticles, and the bullets that leave your gun will go somewhere within those reticles. And when you have steady aim, it brings those reticles closer together, and your bullets are going to shoot closer together. So there's not going to be as much spread to them, meaning it's going to be easier to get shots on target and potentially win more hip-fire gunfights. Now, not every gun has the same hip-fire pattern, and steady aim is going to have a different effect on different guns. So some guns it might help the hip-fire out a lot, and other guns it might not make as big of a difference. So with the assault rifles, a few of them that it makes a big difference for are the AK-12, the Honey Badger, the SA-805, and the Remington. Without it, they shoot these big circles with only a couple bullets hitting dead center. But with steady aim, just about every bullet is right in the center. Now, with the MSBS, the FAD, and the ARX, steady aim still helps, but it doesn't make quite as big of a difference. So if you were to use those guns without steady aim, you'd still have a pretty decent hipfire. Now, the assault rifle that you don't really need steady aim for and that it helps out the least is the SC-2010, because the SC-2010 already has really good hipfire, even without steady aim, so to use steady aim with it would almost be a waste of a perk. Assault rifles generally aren't meant for close quarters, hip firing and stuff, but if you're on a map where you feel you could be in some close quarters gunfights where you're going to have to hip fire, it would be a good idea to invest in steady aim, especially if you're using some of the guns I mentioned, like the AK-12, the Honey Badger, where it's going to help you out a lot. So now, onto the submachine guns, and the one that you're going to see benefits the most is the K7. Its hipfire is absolutely terrible without steady aim, but with it, it's like a laser beam, and if you're running around with a submachine gun, you're going to want to have good hipfire. So if you're using the K7, you almost have to use a steady aim. It helps out a lot with that gun. The ones that I think you don't really need it on are the CBJ and the VEPR, or the VEPR, however you want to call it. They've got pretty good hipfires even without steady aim, so it's not really necessary. Now the rest of the SMGs, the Bizone, the Vector, and the MTAR, all three are definitely helped out by steady aim, but not necessarily enough to require steady aim. And the MTAR, which is most people's favorite SMG, is like a laser when you put steady aim on it, but again, it still has pretty good hipfire accuracy even without it, so it's not necessary. And it also helps that the MTAR has almost no recoil when hip firing, unlike the other SMGs, which you saw have a lot of vertical kick even when hip firing. And here's the MTAR right here. But next up is going to be the LMGs, aka the light machine guns, and obviously these are not meant for hip firing at all. They're known for having a really big spread to them when shooting from the hip. Of course, the chainsaw, which is new to this series, kind of breaks that rule because it's hipfire only, you can't aim down sight, and you'll see that it has a good hipfire even without steady aim, but I would still use steady aim on it anyway, just because you might as well make its hipfire as good as possible. Now for the other 3 LMGs, the Ameli, the M27, and the LSAT, steady aim helps them all out just about equally. I would say of those 3, the Ameli seems to have a little bit better hipfire both with and without steady aim. Obviously the LMGs, like I said, are meant to be set up for long range, but if you hate dying when you randomly get in one of those close quarters combat situations, steady aim does make the spread small enough to at least give yourself a fighting chance. So it's really up to you if you want to worry about those type of gunfight situations or not. So the final gun class here is the Marksman rifles, starting off here with the SVU, which is also the rifle that has helped out the most by steady aim. It gives it a very tight spread, and even without steady aim it still has a pretty good hipfire compared to the other Marksman rifles. After that is the IA-2, which has also helped out a good amount by steady aim, because without it, you're basically going to be shooting a giant circle around the enemy's body, and that is not good for winning gunfights. And then for the MK14 and the MR28, steady aim makes a minor difference. It's definitely not something that's very useful for those two. So there you have it, the hipfire of just about every primary gun in the game, both with and without steady aim. Like I said, snipers and shotguns will have their own video, but hopefully this helped you out so you know when steady aim is going to be the most beneficial for you. Don't Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.